Well, it is my pleasure today to introduce to you our latest addition to the Champagne portfolio, the small house of Lacourte Godbillion in the village of Écueil, Montagne de Reims. We just started with this house a few weeks ago, or rather, our wines arrived a few weeks ago, though we ordered them many months ago, but such is the state of shipping these days that it can take half a year between placing an order and getting the wines. Anyhow, they are here. You see, we started off with 5 of their lovely wines. This is a small domain, about 8.5 hectares, almost all of which are in the Premier Cru village of Écueil. Écueil is well known for its the quality of its Pinot Noir grapes, and their domain is true to the cru because they are 85% Pinot Noir, 15% Chardonnay. And the estate is run by Géraldine Lacourte, who is the inheritor of the vines that came from both her mother's and her father's side. And her husband, Richard de Vigne, despite the suggestiveness of his name, is actually an exile from the corporate business world. But he was taken in by the allure of a romantic life in the vineyards of Champagne. The wines are made in a predominantly dry style with low dosage, in some cases almost no dosage. There is the Battle Horse wine, the Terroir d'Écueil, which accounts for, I think, more than half of the production. A very generous and mouth-filling champagne, as well suited to the table as an aperitif. And it reflects exactly the composition of the vineyards, 85% Pinot, 15% Chardonnay. There is then a Blanc de Noir, a wine called Mi-Pente. Mi-Pente means the mid-slopes, which traditionally are those portions of the vineyards that are often considered to produce the finest wines. And this is a very dry, 100% Pinot Noir wine. The Rosé is an absolute beauty that is also made in a somewhat dry style, but full of the most beguiling wild strawberry notes. And then there are the two big guns, a vintage wine from 2014, which is actually a couple of years before they began their conversion to organic viticulture. This is quite an unusual, I beg your pardon, it's a 16, not a 14.
That's
I picked up the wrong wine. This is unusual because it is 100% Chardonnay, and there's really rather little Chardonnay grown in Écueil. So this is something of an anomaly, but a very fine vintage wine. And then I beg your pardon, the 14 is this is the wine that predates the organic conversion. 700 bottles made. This is the world of Lacourte Godbillion, and we hope you enjoy discovering these new champagnes with us. More to come.